Hey, what's up guys? It's Connery again. I got my fishing fix yesterday, so today we're gonna get my car fix. Today we're doing radiator hoses, and it's been kind of a nightmare actually, radiator hoses, especially if you still want to keep the heater core. I know some people have done the swap and they just delete the heater core, but I still plan to daily drive it. Well, not daily, but the capability to do it. And I still want to drive it on cold weekends and things like that. So here's the plan. When you're gonna do a swap like this, you're gonna do some weird shit like this, and that's part of it. And you gotta come up with we're gonna buy some random hoses, random pieces like this, just like this. You'll buy hose clamps, lots of hose clamps, big clamps, small clamps. Hey dog. All different sizes of clamps. But this is for I'm doing the hose system, some of the vacuum stuff as well, so that's why I have so much. And the little chickens over there, yeah, little on the farm, so. Yeah, chickens, goats, all that stuff. Let's see. Well, I didn't tape the last part of it, but check this out. Let me unhook you guys from this. I've already actually used cheap hoses to do this, and then I decided to update all the hoses because I went to the local auto parts store. At first, I didn't want to buy some of the high-end performance racing hoses. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I got some of these Gates hoses, and it just did not feel, at least to me, I don't have too much confidence in this hose. Spent, I think it was only 10 bucks on this hose compared to this other hose that I just bought. Which is like $30. It's from HSP, and here's the other mechanic. So that's what we're doing today, and just gonna replace this hose here that I've just replaced or just put in with a high performance hose. And here's the other hose that I had a custom make. This end is high performance. This is actually off of a G35 hose, radiator hose as well, so mix and match. And here's some of the leftover hoses from other projects that I've been cutting at, try to get these weird bends to work. As you can see, lots of strange things going on. But one of the main things is down here on the S2K engine, there's a hose that comes out this way, but I have to go down into this area down here to connect to that. So you're talking 290s and two different hose sizes. So that's why you gotta come up with something stupid looking like this. You know what I mean? So you gotta go from, basically this piece is gonna go down there, but it's an 1.5 inch to 2 inch. So yeah, use some imagination. And I'm changing these out. These are the OEM hose clamps I got off of the old hoses. Go into the other hose clamps, and I think the new ones will work a little bit better. At least they'll stick around a little bit better. So yeah, that's the game plan for today. So if you're doing a swap of any custom nature, expect to do weird shit like this, because you could buy the hoses, but nobody wants to make them for you. So let's see. For the radiator's pretty much done. It's bolted in, but you got to do a lot of strange sizes too. So you got this size that's actually different from this size. So you have an adapter right here, and it goes out, it comes back in this way. That's to the heater core, and a lot of ports you have to block off as well. So like for example, this one, that's a coolant hose that's supposed to go to your throttle body. It plugs in actually like right here, and then it comes out here, and then actually runs up this way and goes into the outer air control, and then it runs back into the a spot that's down there where you can't see. But I've decided to delete all that, so I have to somehow plug these two up. These are kind of hidden away, so I'm not too worried about those. I'm gonna have to block that right here. So that's what we're doing. Hey. Okay, sorry, I actually went fishing, so I came back and now I'm working on this again. Anyways, yeah, you gotta build, you know, hoses that like this. No one sells this, at least from what I can tell, that is a specific bend, a specific end on it, going from a 1 1¼ inch to 2 inch. So that's kind of a rare deal. And then you end up buying two pieces and you cut the ends off so it's just right, and you put a insert in between, and then you can, you know, turn it any direction you want. And it's actually, the pipe actually turns kind of like this in the car. So it comes out of the engine and it goes this way, it goes in the radiator this way. But I'm still not even done. I got to do a lot of measuring, plugging things up, and then you're gonna have hose clamps everywhere. Hose clamp here, 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 and yeah, that's what you gotta do when you're building your own custom race car, I guess. This is the type of shit that slows you down the most, because you can't just like go online and buy it from anybody, and you're probably gonna end up spending a lot of your money on stuff like this where you don't want to, because like for example, I don't mind spending the couple $100 on the injectors because I know they give you performance, but you know, $80 on this is kind of like, what the hell, you know? It's like, anyways, that's my little rant on it. But yeah, projects like this, you spend a lot of time doing this type of stuff, plumbing and things like that. And I think this is the boringest parts, because you're also playing with a lot of tight spaces, and yeah, kind of sucks. But I got these hoses from HPS, and they're pretty good, I think, because I had some of the older ones from Gates, and like I said, I just didn't like the quality of it. When it was at the auto parts store, it actually was pretty good until I brought it home and I compared it to one of these, and it's like, man, it's crap. So I ordered these to replace everything. So that's where it's at, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So here is 95% of the finished product. I got all my hose clamps on. This one's in, and that's all. I'm gonna have to cut that so it looks a little bit better. Same with this. That's got to be cut. I've actually shortened this U piece. Before I had some ugly piece going, so I shortened up the U piece. Now it's a perfect U. More hose clamps, and now it runs to the back. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but here's the other piece I had to do. There's a 90 that comes off that end. 90's over here, and here's the other one off the pump. It's right there. So it comes out that way, goes this way, and actually goes down here. You guys can barely see it because of the oil lines that are in the way. But if I move them out, you probably still can't see them, but it's there. Well, there you go. Slightly better. Right there. Comes off. The pump goes in through the radiator. Comes up. Actually goes that way. Comes through the top and then goes back to the head. And that's it. That's the final product for those two hoses. But I still have to somehow fabricate a bracket that'll hold these two pieces together, because right now they're just sitting on the transmission. That's bad. So you gotta have to somehow come up with something, maybe 2 points so it can hold here, maybe another point so it'll hold here, but at the same time it's gotta somehow, because you gotta keep in mind that when you're doing this area right here is where the turbo's gonna sit, so it's gonna be super hot, and you gotta keep that in mind. So we're gonna have to wrap a lot of this stuff. I might even have to build like a heat shield and just shield this whole area right here away from all the rubber lines and fuel lines and everything like that. So that's probably good enough for today, and good enough for this episode. So hoses, and that's how you do them pretty much. Oh, breather hose, 1/2 inch vacuum line goes from there Comes here and goes up there. And this is kind of the ghetto way of doing it, by the way. I'm not rich enough to afford the weld-on bungs up here, so this is a custom can I got made by somebody. I forgot what it was, but that's his logo. And the other line is just running down this way. It comes up through here, and it has to plug into this. But the problem is, this is the OEM S2K valve here, or vacuum valve, but it's a really small barb here, and I need a 1/2 inch, so I'm gonna have to run to the auto parts store, maybe pick something like that up. I kind of want something that that just plugs directly into that hole and goes to 1/2 inch, so maybe I can find something. If I can't, then I'll have to somehow modify this so to work. But that's that, and that is the that's the radiator hose episode, I guess. Make your own radiator hoses. Okay. I forgot one thing I was also going to be doing, and that is, if you guys haven't noticed, I have a brake master cylinder still, and I have to put this line in for it. This is the vacuum source, or the vacuum line for the brake master cylinder. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm going to be wiring it underneath like this, actually like this. It'll plug in right here. It'll kind of follow the fuel lines. I'll probably tie all 3 of these together, and it'll come out like so, and it'll plug into this vacuum source right here, just like that. Kind of like that. I gotta shorten up the cable a little bit, but, or the line a little bit, but that's how it's gonna be. And that, I just have to put another clamp here, another clamp on the other end. You're done. Oh, and I did find another HPS hose that I guess I ordered, I forgot about. So that's in as well. So all that is all HPS. That down there is all HPS. This is all HPS. So I think I am done, finally. After a whole day of work. Finally done. Been chasing around a lot of different things. Yep. That's good enough for one episode.